friends, Jewel back, another super cool astrology video, and I thought we would concentrate once again on another synastry placement. So Moon in partner's second house, and what we have when we see this overlay. So the Moon is our emotional responses, our habitual patterns, our cravings, the feeling part of us. It's not the Sun. That is the conscious responses, our identity, what we want to put out there into the world. The Moon is the inner us, and describes very much what we find comforting and habitually satisfying, and our what makes us feel nurtured and filled up. So the second house is possessions, our earned income, our accrued wealth. It is our resources that we get for ourselves, and very much self-esteem, what we value. So it's the house of values. So when we have this overlay, the Moon really sees the house person as someone who can help them to get or bring them the material things or a sense of security or the things that they value in life. You know, usually a lot of this is related to material things. So, you know, the Moon has a real feeling that the house will be of assistance or some type of provider in them getting or acquiring what it is they want in life. And a lot of what we want in life, what makes us feel secure, are material things. Excuse me, are material things. And so that's, sorry, that's a lot of what we value in life. So it may be other things that bring us the security that we're looking for, or such things, or bring us a sense of esteem to ourselves. But as humans, particularly in the Western world, it's a lot of, you know, stuff or material things that we can see or collect that, you know, we want to establish a sense of security on. So that is really a lot of the objective behind why the Moon person feels, you know, wants to bring their Moon into the other person's house of possessions and getting things like that. So they're very similar when it comes to what they materially want and what comforts and sensual pleasures they enjoy. You can see a lot of the same food preferences when we have this particular position. So they actually work well together. They want to build a foundation together. They're pretty good at bringing these things, you know, into a place where they can actually make them materialize between them, because their style and their approach is, it went away, but it will be back. There will be a third sneeze. Their approach to things and material stuff is very similar. So there's a lot of success because they, you know, they mesh really well when it comes to that kind of thing. Building a life together, you know, having a house, making a nest, making a foundation where they both feel that they can securely emanate from out into the outside world. So there is a somewhat of a danger with this placement. We can sometimes see that the house person can feel somewhat used or unappreciated, or like they are an object to get the things that the Moon person wants. So usually this one works out pretty good. It's not a particularly romantic placement. You would think it is, because the second house is originally, you know, ruled by Venus and has that Venusian energy to it. But, you know, even though it has a lot, you know, of sensual qualities in the second house, this one pretty much a lot of the time boils down to, what can you bring me? And what have you done for me lately? And it's one where the people bring a sense of security to each other. They really do. When your Moon falls into somebody else's second, you really do feel that they can help you to achieve a secure foundation. So there's a real sense of bonding when it comes to them helping to provide that type of safety. Now, there may not be emotional safety, but there is safety when it comes to being able to build or have those concrete things to fall back on. So the house person can feel, somewhat like a possession or used or like a means to the moon person's ends. But generally, this is a pretty good placement. They tend to be pretty successful materially when we see this one going on. And so you would want to look to see specifically what it is the two people value. We would want to look at both of their second houses and see what, they're really after. And that will give you a really good sense of how exactly this completely does play out. So usually this is good. They meet where they find a lot of success together. It's not a particularly romantic placement, but it is a sensual placement. There is a lot of agreement when it comes to activities that bring them pleasure, activities that bring them a sense of enjoyment. So it does have some very good points to it, this particular linkage. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please subscribe to my channel if you have not done so. I will be back super soon with more super cool videos. I do private couples consultation as well as individual consultation. You can find me on the internet at truthinAspectAstrology.com, where you can contact me. You can find me on Facebook at Truth in Aspect Astrology, where you can also contact me. And I will be back super soon with more super cool stuff. Bye-bye.